Hey guys and girls, welcome to this week's episode of the No-BS Birchy podcast. I'm your host, Birchy. It's the show unraveling the truth to the facade of the 21st century. We're now ex the Matrix and waking up to another fucking reality. Today, I have a special guest. I've got James. Thanks for... James, tell us a little bit about... I know your story, right? But how many properties do you have now?
We got 4 properties.
4 properties. Okay, cool. And how long did it take you to get to 4 properties?
Just under 6 months, so around the 5-month mark.
5 months. 5 months to get 4 properties. I put out these things. People write testimonials on our website. Other people, look at this. You can't do it. It's fucking 2025 goes. You can't buy properties. Can't get that. 4 properties in 5 months. It's a scam, right? Couldn't do it. You've done it, right?
100%. It's possible.
It's possible, right? It's very possible. It's like, so I appreciate you, putting your hand up saying, I want to get on the podcast and, let's have a chat about it, because some people are shy when it comes to money and, I don't want to put myself out there and whatnot. And I think it's something you should be really proud of, because, 4 properties in 5 months. There's not many people that have 4 properties. Who do you know apart from me? Maybe selling people.
Maybe 2 or 3 people tops that have 4 more properties. Not many, to be honest.
And how old are they?
A lot older than that. Not young like me.
There we go. So that's awesome. So getting that time. So when we first spoke, what did you think? What was your goal when we first spoke?
I wanted to at least buy a property, get my foot in the door.
Yep.
And just go from there. Had a few goals of maybe 3 properties, I think is what it was. I spoke to you on the phone and you go, look, we'll see if we can get you a few more than that.
Yeah.
And we ended up with 4 and a couple little minor setbacks.
Yeah.
But we were overall pretty happy with even just getting 1, then 2, 3, then 4. Pretty excited. So
you're proud of yourself. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go. And when, what was the reason, for you to pick up the phone or email us and want to get started? Probably, why didn't you go and buy shares or Bitcoin or something?
I like property because it's a physical asset. You can see it. The numbers I like of how property work.
Yeah,
I've grown up with it as well. With having my father, he's also got property.
Yeah,
and just I like the whole concept of it, what it can do if it goes up with inflation. That's I think one of my favorite things about it. So you can put money into something and it'll rise with you rather than leave it in the bank and just have it sit there. So that's probably the biggest thing.
And what's the end goal for you now? Is that fast forward 5 years? Now they've got 4 in the run. Is there a goal that you they hit this milestone?
Yeah, one against double digits, definitely. Be pushing it for sure. We've got a few other goals with some business goals and diversify a little bit. But I think double digits is definitely on the tables and possible within the next 5 or so years.
Just before we hopped on the podcast, I asked you a couple of questions. How's it all going? Whatnot? And you said you're in the process of getting to renovations and look at equity, talk about further goals. One of your goals you said beforehand just said, business, you want to set up a business, you're going to go to business soon, which is really cool. If we don't go down the business road, you probably buy 3 more pretty much straight away, right?
I think we've got buy 3 in the next few months or so, if not another 5 or 6 this year.
Yeah,
I think
so. It's all conservative. You could get to the number, we can see it now.
We can. Now the concept is proven.
Yeah,
and the properties that we've bought so far, just your good, solid bread and butter properties that, now with all this built-in equity, they're going to start releasing. If we wanted to go the property route only, then double digits are entering the next year or maybe possibly 2.
Cool. I know you can get there. It's your goals for this year: get the business sorted, improve your cash flow. You come back and get back to the 10 in the next 12 months sort of thing after that. But further from that, you're doing that one move to get the business is for you to get us not just to 10, make 10 the next checkpoint on the way to 20. So
it has slowed us down a little bit this year with buying some properties, but with what then it's able to do for us later on, I think it is playing more of a longer term game with it.
Yeah,
with ways around it. So
That's this. So, did you have when you first started, like, do you want to get into property, you want to build a portfolio, like, what probably maybe some of the things that you were thinking of that were good and bad on your shoulder, and how do you think that would you have any things you were like, I can't do it, or it's going to be easy, or finance, you think about finance at the start, or just,
You also didn't really know too much about the whole process of it.
yeah,
Finance, I wasn't, I didn't have too much of an idea. I just go, okay, given the application, finance approved, chill. A little bit more to it than that. Wasn't too scared as well of getting into it because it's something that I've been wanting to do now for a number of years.
okay,
So always wanted to get into it.
yeah, okay, cool. And has there been any challenges along the way? Like, I know you've gone to reno something that's let's sort of jump into. Apart from where else, has there been any challenges?
Not too many. If anything, we've had a few more wins, I think, than challenges. Properties have all been pretty good. Haven't had any issues with them. Like financing wasn't too big of an issue. With what we're pushing for. So I wouldn't say that there's too many challenges. Deals came through pretty quick, right? So like I found a house for
Nobody's around. What are the rates like compared to what we expected? So I'm going to ask you the expression. So like when I send you the cash flow sheet, put in there the rents. Are they bang on with the rents? Are they over the rents? Are they bloated?
I think we even got more than what you quoted for. So we wanted the first property up in northern Queensland. I think you might have put around 430 to 450, and I think we got 460 for it.
Okay.
So that went a bit above. And then the other ones, we've done, like we said, 2 renovations on 2 of them. So from what it was originally getting around like the $200 mark, I think I rented out for. Now that we spend 10 or 15K on each of them, are now getting 360 and 365.
Okay.
So definitely feel some more.
So just on that note, like say $200 a week, some more bastards losing money because whoever sold it to you, shame on them. But you pick up the property below market, it's being under rented. But when you spend like 15 grand, let's say 15 grand, and then we go look at the rent, and you get $360 a week over 200, that's $160 a week. That's $8 grand a year. $8 grand a year on 15 grand. That's like 50, 60%. Yeah. Everyone's trying to pick crypto, go, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin, it's going to double this year. Right? You've got assets. There you've got the ability to improve them. And just you chucking 10 grand a year, 15 grand there, you're able to return on investment.
I'll do that returning for sure.
Yeah. That's if you set plan up that you're there forever and good majority.
That's what I was discussing with my partner before. It was like, we could have kept on renting it out at $200 a week, but now that we've done this reno, I think one of them even was like 10.5 grand I spent on a reno. So we're going to make that back in like less than 2 years, a year and a half, I think is what it was. So like I said, we're going to have forever and ever and ever until we get rid of the property if we ever even do.
Yeah.
So it's just a no-brainer.
So if you forecast that, you go, hey, I've got 10 properties now. It's 10, just so you're at 10 now. And then you increase, $150 a week times 10 properties. That's $1,500 a week. Extra cash flow you're getting. It's like a wage just there, just by tweaking it. So cool. The properties, like without saying the suburbs, the streets and all that sort of stuff, where they are, you just mentioned North Queens there. Would you mind sharing just with the viewers and listeners, like what sort of price ranges you bought them for, what they're valued at now, that sort of stuff? Yeah.
So the first one that we got was in Queensland.
Yeah.
We bought that for just under 260,000.
Yeah.
I think it was renting out originally for maybe high threes. With very, very low fours, around 390 to 410.
Yeah.
And I think like within a week after purchasing that, went back to Zinger Finance. And said, hey, look, Tim, let's see what we can pull out.
Yeah.
And I think within a couple of weeks after that, we started the application for it, and we got it revalued for around 325 grand. So pulled out 52 grand from that first one. But yeah, it's probably my favorite one, I'd say.
Okay.
And then with that 52 grand, that then gave us another chunk of money to then go and put that into one of the next ones. So
Yeah, cool.
that was the first one.
What the next one look like?
Second one was over in Western Australia. So
Yeah.
the other side of Australia. And that was part of the bulk deal.
Yeah.
We bought that for 183,000 it was.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that's done a renovation on.
Yeah.
So I think we spent just over 15K on that.
Yeah.
And before the renovation, we got it revalued again in Singer. I think it was for around the high 220s.
Yeah.
Haven't got a reval done on that yet since, but I think we should still have a little bit more in equity now that we've done the renovation.
So now that we've done that, so that was 183. Was that what sort of property was that? Was it a unit or was it a house or was it a townhouse?
Just I believe it's a unit. I got a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, car space, except just some public ones out the front. So yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah. And then we've got 4 stores, the other one.
So the third one that we then got was my Heartless. Yeah. So that was here in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And we originally it was listed for 210.
Yeah.
But we then got it down to 195 because with the building and pests, found a few little issues with it. So we managed to get it down. We got down to 195, which we say 15.
Yeah.
And the reno was like 10 grand. So it was pretty much already there.
Yeah.
Well, it's not for free.
It's sort of free. Yeah.
Pretty much. It was a good deal, right? So then we got that just revalued with the bank. Just got a desktop on that, and that came back 265,000.
Yeah.
So really happy with.
So that's 70K, just that.
Yeah.
People got to work, they're off on the train, go to the city every day, brush their hair, brush their teeth, go up in the soup, get in the train, waste a year of their life to make it. You just like, I took the time off, went down there, renovated, made a bowl in.
Made it in a few weeks rather than, people to make 70 grand is pretty, it's not easy, but, it's definitely possible to do that. To then have that in cash in the bank at the end of the year, that's going to take somebody a couple of years at least to try and get 70 grand. So, doing what we've done, we've just made somebody's whole wage, just pulling it straight out, put it in the bank.
Now, when you're 4 times it over for 4 properties, they're all similar sort of numbers. There's like $250,000. Yeah, you've added to your position in a year. I see the smile happening and we're calculating it up and down together. And on that one, you said beforehand that another one in the complex sold like a week after or something for like 230 in the same complex.
Yeah, so that one was partially renovated, the one in New South Wales. I think it sold for around 230,000.
Yeah,
maybe even a little bit higher.
Yeah,
and it wasn't as good as the one that we done the renovation on. But if that was worth 230, then ours is definitely worth a bit more now that it's got a bit more to it.
Solid. And the last one?
The last one, again, in northern Queensland, I think you would say, or definitely Queensland. Yeah. And that's just a 1-bedroom, and that was part of a bulk deal that we done.
Yep.
That purchase price was 250,000, renting out for 385, which I'll probably increase once the tenancy
lease.
The lease, yeah. Once the lease expires, we're probably up to around low 4s. And we got a desktop done of that for about 330 grand. So there's 80 grand built-in equity, and if not, a little bit more by the time we start releasing.
How many of these properties have you visited? Yeah.
Been to 2, and that was only because we done the renovations on it yet. So my girlfriend was a little bit upset that I've been to hers before she has.
Yeah.
But been to 2 of them, hadn't seen the other one. And another thing too, I think, is not being emotional about it. I'm treating it like business. So that going like paint color or something. Yeah. I think taking the emotion out of it is what really helped us be able to buy them quick.
Would you want to live in any of them?
Probably would, actually. The 2 that I've renovated, I said, it's not. I said this to our partner, it's not too different from what we're living now. It's probably even nicer. Maybe a little bit smaller, I got it. Everything's brand new bathrooms, kitchen, paint, floors. So I'm like, I'm the best out to leave almost, to be honest.
Yeah. Never go back to and look at them again.
No, don't want it.
Because when you look at these tenants of a chip tile here or something like that, it makes you upset.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't want to go back unless I need another rent. So.
Yeah. Cool. If someone was starting out today in 2025, like you were, not long, in the last year in 2024, what would be some tips that you could think of for them, or some advice to share on this else? Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that held me back, which I say to a few people, is I was trying to time the market, which kept me out for a couple of years. Like I had no idea what the market was doing.
Yeah.
And I think just biting the bullet and jumping in, like there's markets within markets is something that I learned from it.
Yep.
So, okay, I live on the Central Coast, for example, and it's just had, the virus.
All this that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
As a lot of other places, but there's a couple of those places still, and might not be in the state that you're living, but in other states, is where it hasn't actually gone up yet.
Yeah.
So I think that would be one of my biggest tips is, don't wait on.
And curiously said that. So I don't know what vacant market we live like. What have you seen happening in the Central Coast in the last year or so? Like, has the market gone up or has it stayed? Like, it went up during Corona, but what's that now?
To be honest, I've got no idea.
For that.
Because it's too expensive for me. And it's not really where I plan on buying, because the prices that I've been paying for is what we're happy to keep on paying for properties, the yellow points.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing on the Central Coast for like under $500,000. And even if it is, it's for a block of land.
Yeah.
And so for us, those numbers just don't work out.
Yeah.
So that's why we look at these other places, what he had showed us.
Yeah.
To find some properties.
I was surprised I went to Central Coast on the weekend and I'll see a lot of stock that's on the market, which is cheaper than what it would have been like 2 years ago. Yeah. I think myself, like, 'cause I remember looking at a house that's there and they're like, gone over $1 million for the shoe fibre, Gorica or Dukley or wherever. And I typed in Gorica just to check something out, and I saw a house for like $650, $700. I was like, that market's come back. I don't see any value in it. So in case we don't watch it, going, what if I those others, right? I don't see the value in it. But look at that. So like in that market, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Central Coast went booming, and now it's hit a peak and it's coming off the top. And I see all these people that go, he's getting the hot spot, Perth. That's where it's got to be. Let's go to Perth. It's like, Perth is taken off, right? Like, what do you want to go on the naps? You just, Townsville. Everyone's in Townsville, right? They're like, Townsville, fantastic, right? You can't buy a council for less than $300,000. We're buying for like 150, 200 grand, 250K. And they've all gone up, 100, 200 grand. But when you look at that and you put 2024 on the table, the Central Coast probably gone down 100 grand, where council has gone up 200 grand, right?
Yeah.
So, novel markets think Townsville's going to, it's going to double. Let's get in at 400 grand for a unit, and then I think it's going to go 800. It might go from 250 to 350 to 450, and then sit at 450 for the next 5 years. But you've got that asset with the equity that you can take it, put it somewhere else. For the next batch, for the next 3 that we get you, I know exactly where I'm going to take you to. So we'll talk about it offline. But it's interesting to say, take it emotional about the location. But I see people quite often say, I did a bulk deal just on Christmas Day, actually. It was a bulk deal I did. And Cease State I think it's in Melbourne. And when I bought that, I had some clients say, you must it's like, the upstairs, downstairs, 2 levels. And so I'll take unit, but it must be an upstairs unit, right? And then the next one will be like, I want one in there. I want my reserve one for me. Oh, must be a downstairs unit, right? Because someone's preference is a downstairs, someone's an upstairs ascension, yeah? But what you bought, 4 different locations, different markets, places you've never heard of, places you've never been to, and they've all just, 50 grand here, 70 grand there, 80 grand here, blah, blah. They're just numbers, and I think a lot of people get caught up on, it must be the top floor's better than the bottom floor, or this one. I saw an email the other day and they said, that property's no good. because the train line or a street away, and it'll affect the price. And the next person's like, oh, fuck, it's close to the train station. It's great, right? It's like, yeah, it's all, the person's preference cost them because they didn't pull the trigger on the deal.
Mentality, and perception, definitely.
So on the renos, most people, when they're buying a property, they think your 200 grand property, you have to give a reno or gut it out or whatever. I'd say 80% of the properties people never go to, they're just rented, whatever. Maybe 10% of the time people will give them a bit of a tidy up. Sometimes they'll go off and give it a full reno job. Your background is in renovation.
Building construction.
Yeah.
Building houses.
10 grand for the viewers and listeners. What would 10 grand get you in your world? How do you see it?
Look, it's different in my world, I think, to when you get someone to do it for you. So being able to do 95% of the work, you can make it very affordable. But probably, as you know, getting trades in, everyone wants to be paid a good amount, and then that's when it starts getting very expensive. So the 10 grand, pretty much what that covered for me was I stayed in the accommodation, as in the house, to make it cheaper to live in. Eat in there, sleep in there, shower in there, just, have 3 weeks of absolute great fun.
Are you more motivated? Let's hurry up and get the fuck out of here. Very clear.
Just you want to be done, get in, get out. But what we spent that money on was flooring throughout, painting, new bathrooms, so like waterproofing, tiling, shower, a complete remake of the house, new kitchen, lights, pretty much whatever you saw before, everything just brand new. Even the doors and skirtings up the trade. So, like I said, being able to do it yourself, really.
So 10K, like, you say that, and I'm like, when you really put it like that, it's cheap, right? Like, it's very cheap. And I always try to explain, like, people think, I speak to people, like, I just spent 30 grand on the kitchen. I'm like, fuck, I want a new house for 30K, right? Like, I want a whole new building. A bathroom to me is like 3 to 10 grand for, like, it's not me playing the tiles, stuff like that. It's like trades and a lot. But you've just mentioned like a kitchen, a bathroom, flooring, all that. Let's break it down. Like, so in the bathroom, what materials did you buy that you would have spent in there? How much with the material size?
The bathroom tends to take up quite a bit, I think, of if you were to put each of the rooms, so like the kitchen, living, bedrooms, bathroom. I'd say the bathrooms are probably one of the more expensive. So you go to the kit, or with the kit do it in second. But toilets, they were $300. Shower stream was $300. Mind you, I got everything from Bunnings. So
it's like, this is like at a Macca's. It's not the best. It's like, it's just it'll do.
It's definitely good enough. But Bunnings has got some good stuff. But like the tiles were maybe a few $100. You got glues and silicons and laundry tub. When you put each of these down, you don't go out and buy the most extensive thing that Bunnings has got, because then you're not really making it work, I think, or getting a great return. You can get just as good as a return. Buying these, not absolute cheap.
I see. You know what the boys off, it's fall apart.
You want to keep it so you don't have to go back there or have anyone go back there. But you go for that next gear up, which is still cheap, like a lot better quality. So going through that, that's what the bathroom is. So I think I might spend around the 5K mark. Wake up 84K on the bathroom. Go into the kitchen, that would have been around 3-4 grand. So just the Bunnings flat pat kitchen.
The $829 one, the straight one?
Not those ones.
Caboodles,
I thought they were really for the price.
I like them, actually. I do. This isn't sponsored by Bunnings, by the way. It's like, I've got a corporate card for Bunnings, and I get 20% off the caboodles. So it brings it down even by 20%. I'm like, first love it. It's like, it's such great value.
I think like the whole kitchen itself, as in like the cupboards. I think that was like 2.5 or 3 grand just for the kitchen, which is it's 80 or 90% as good as any other kitchen professionally made, I'd say. And you're paying fraction of the price for it, and it will last for the tenants. But if you need something, just go to the Bunnings and quickly replace.
Or
you can fix it up. So Yeah.
That's all. I had a few people screaming on kitchens, and I always get the $820. They used to be $699.
Yep.
They went to $749. It was $799. $829. I think that might even be $849. Right? You get a whole kitchen for $849 at Bunnings. I forget the name of it. It's a straight line kitchen and little black bench top. Yeah, I put them in little Bovo house units, and nicer house. I'll put the caboodles and my motel caboodles, the Fabric kitchen, and they're getting a reno. Just for the value. I remember I had some kitchens and they were meant to be like 2-pack enamel, and they got delivered to my holiday house, and they're like chipboarded off, fucking lost it, and I was like, after that I was like, no, and I found the caboodles, and I was like, these are very good, very good.
That's better for buck. I think if you're going to do a kitchen, if you're going to do a kitchen in a reno, put that down as one of your first options along with those 850 ones, because they're really good price for what they are.
Yeah. If you've got a straight wall, just chuck the little cheap in there. If it looks like a prison cell, chuck the like $20 in there. If it's a nicer one, you can get more money for it, chuck the A lot of people think you can't get it for that, and people will think that to do a kitchen themselves, they can't do it, right? And some people should never touch a tool because they'll chop a finger off something. But when you look at the kitchen, right, like tiling's a different job than a kitchen.
Much more tricky. Yeah. So
A kitchen, like you literally go in there, you're getting 20 boxes, and they're annoying as fuck to put them all together. But it's just very IKEA.
If you can do IKEA, I'd say you can pretty well build a kitchen with a couple extra tools, but not that much harder.
Yeah. On my side, like I've done the kitchens, I've done the bathrooms, I've done tiling, all different things over the years. I prefer like my hands, like they're little pretty hands, right? They're not. I've got scars, we've got holes straight through my hands and stuff. That's right. No, the calluses are only from the gym. I don't have callus from like working on tools. But the thing I've like to go back onto what you've done, like. I reckon the average person could get half that reno done, right? They could strip out, they could do a bit of sweat equity in there. But then if you, like someone doesn't want to get their hands dirty or, they see that their value is, I want to be doing something different and I don't want to touch that. Like where I look at it, I pay trades, I understand what the time is. So I don't go, let's get a building company out, let's go get a kitchen company.
Yes, sure, if you do that.
You get a bathroom company that you're paying $30K straight away. No. You can go find trades, you can find on Facebook Marketplace, you can go find just networking. I don't drink anymore, but I've been to pubs in local towns. I'm like, hey, get a drink. Any tradies around here? Like, if you go to like the one in Western Australia, which is a bit more like it's not in Perth City, you can go to a pub and just be like, I'm just you. If you'll find somebody, you find someone, and someone knows someone, or and find those people and go, well, what's a respectable job? But like wage for it, it's like. Would it be $2,000 a week, right, for trading? It's like $400 a day, right? 5 days. Okay. So most people go, tell me a quote for it. And I look, okay, I've got all the parts. You've got all the parts for $10,000, right? If it took you 3 weeks, I could employ someone for 3 weeks, find a person that's got the skill set and try and give them $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 for it. And an average person could do a whole bathroom, kitchen, paint, everything for $20,000 pretty comfortably.
I do agree with that. Definitely.
You would, yeah.
Yeah. Picking up a paintbrush, it's not too hard to paint.
Yeah.
The kitchens aren't that hard. You get an electrician in to connect it up, or even if you can't do the plumbing, which isn't too hard these days with all this clip-in system.
Yeah.
You can do most of it yourself. So if you spend $20,000 and putting in a bit of sweat equity, I think it's definitely possible.
The most work I do now, my renos, is like call up 2 trucks of tiles or, whatever needed on the property. I quite often get like pallets of whites delivered or whatever, and I go, here's a couple of boxes for you.
Take these.
Well, you take these some PowerPoints.
Like Santa Claus.
Sorry?
Like Santa Claus giving them out.
Yeah, here you go. Just these what you need. I've got sheds to store them in and stuff like that. But I think, like it depends how involved you want to be. You've got the skill set, you've got the time to be able to go do it. So you've taken that part, which is really cool, to be able to do that. I think some people might be sitting here going, because it's easy to have you ever sat there and be like, this person got there because they did X, Y, Z, right? A lot of people sitting here going, "Oh, James could do it because he's a tradie, right? He knows how it's done." It's like, well, you can take your wage out of it, get someone else to do the wage. It's like, yeah,
For instance, my dad is a panel beater, so he works on cars, and he taught everything himself without having anyone there. He had a person that showed him how to put A and B together, and then he figured out B and C and C and D.
yeah,
So definitely possible to teach yourself too along the way.
yeah.
You'll learn a lot doing this.
I think it's fun, especially like it gets repetitive after a while. Because you like, fuck, I'm not a painter. I don't want to be a painter forever, right? Well, so I to keep doing it, right? You're an investor, but it's great to add that sweat equity so you get the extra. That's an extra deposit. That's your business. That's your business that you're getting from being able to pull that cash out and invest it into the fit outs and everything you need for your business. So you've leveraged that, which if you had to go and earn the money to sell your business, so you'd be working for the 5 months to sell your business too.
Yeah, it just would not stop if we had to do it that way. Just looking at these ways on how to do it a lot smarter, and with property for us, like I said, it's what appeals to us, being able to pull out this equity in it to then be able to fund your next house or, diversify a little bit. So
yeah. Now, what's your relationship with debt as well?
I like it.
You like it? Okay.
Tell a few people and they go, you shouldn't. Interest rates are going up. You sure you can afford it? And I'm like, it's okay. It's worked out. I've worked it out. I've done the numbers. I'm like that. It's if you understand it, I think you can definitely use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
On getting to higher places and if I was scared of debt, I probably wouldn't have bought these houses, or we wouldn't be buying a business or something along those lines.
Just that point, right? Like, so you could be making, you got a barbecue on Saturday night, people having a drink, sausages, Australia Day, whatever. Oh, what have you been up to? Oh, I've been renovating my properties. Oh, fuck, you wouldn't want to get in the properties. I watched on the news the other day.
That before.
There's all this stuff there. I could picture it, right? Because it happened to me. And no one talks to you about that. Someone asks you, they're like, what do you do? Like, you're a bit weird. Like, oh, just property stuff. Oh, you're real estate. This is property stuff, right? Like, I don't even go, I keep it low, right? Because I wouldn't be involved in the conversations a lot of the instances. But when I look at, if you think about the barbecue scene and someone's telling you, aren't you scared about your dad? Like, you've got 4 properties. You bought them all for 200 grand, thereabouts. A couple over, 2 over, 2 under. Let's say average of 200 grand. 800 grand purchase. Debt of, let's call it 800 grand for the fun of it. You got an 800. Let's just say you got a 100% loan for everything, right? If you send in 800 grand debt. The podcast studio, you go drive across the road to houses like a $2 million. They don't even have eaves on it, right? Huh? What's debt? What's people are literally, they're happy. They're not happy for you because you got 4 properties and you're sitting there going, I've got 4 properties, blah, blah, blah. But they're happy to go, I'll go rent a house for $600 a week, or I'll go and buy a house with no ease on it for X amount of dollars. You've got 4 sets of tenants there now. Hey, you got 800 grand debt for all amount. This is just 800 grand at 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%. That'd be 40, 60 grand a year in interest. Let's just make that up. And your rent, you've got 4 tenants paying you average $400 a week.
Yeah, pretty much bang on 400, 390, I think is what the average is often roughly.
There's 80 grand a year income. If someone goes and buys a house with no eaves on it, live in that thing, they're paying $1 million, and they're paying the interest every week themselves. But they haven't even calculated that. I think there'd be 99% of the population, which are the people that aren't in your position and aren't doing what we talk about and whatnot, and they'll be listening to their uncle, their friend, their colleague, family member. They go, oh yeah, better be worried about that, and not making a decision or
Figures just feeding thoughts into their head. I've had the same thing as what you just said, where you got to watch out, you got to make sure you're careful.
Yeah,
they done the same thing as me. They say that they've done it a bit differently, where they did buy that $800,000 house.
Yeah.
Whereas we've bought 4. We've got a strategy around it.
Yeah.
The rents pay for them. Whereas for them it might not have. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And do you see it like clear when they told? That's good. I think a lot of people out there like it's a noise, it's a voices, it's why it doesn't make sense to you why everyone stopped doing this. Well, before about
I tell a few friends and they, oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
I'm like, see, you're going to do it? And they go, oh, yeah, I'll think about it. I'll have a think about it.
but they make you drop it at 70
Yeah.
grand this year.
Keep saying,
Well, I buy 4 properties and earn 70 grand equity out of each one. Thanks. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. So I don't know if I've been known for you today.
we'll ask you a couple of questions if that's all right.
Of course.
Yeah, so maybe tips to people that are wanting to renovate. Would you have anything for them, as in ways to go about it? You know, anything along that?
Yeah, good question. McDonald's, right? McDonald's. They have a shit hamburger, but it just has enough dietary requirements to keep people alive, not kill them, and it's the perfect balance. It'll last. It won't go rotten. It's all those sorts of things, right? Don't sue me, McDonald's. I'm just saying, right? I use that word loosely. Good Aussie slang, but they have a tremendous business model. They have tremendous systems. They have tremendous processes. I know that if I'm stuck in Sydney, Perth, Brisbane, Cairns, wherever, right? I could go to a McDonald's and it'll taste the same. I can't say the same for the local hamburger shop. And they've got quality control in their processes. So as an investor, you want to have those same sort of things. So it was a 2011 BRW interview that I did about this. And the heady horse, mate, it's easy as a cheeseburger, right? It was an article that was done a years ago because I talked about it. Think about the burger. You have a meat patty, that little thing they have, if it's meat, if it's whatever, I don't know. Could be something else. And you got these patties, and you got the same looking patty on a sausage meat with muffin in the morning. You got the same patty on a cheeseburger. You got the same patty on a Big Mac, right? You've got the same bun for a fillet of fish as what you have for a cheeseburger. You got the same, onions they put on every burger. And all they do is swap out the condiments, being the sauce, the bark, add a little bit of lettuce, whatever. As an investor, if you're doing renos at scale, I see people paint every property. Oh, I like this color. It's it right now, right? Or I like this. It's whatever, right? You go and you're, fuck, I don't know what color I painted this thing, right? I'm a potato. So back when I started, I used to get mist tints. So you get a Bunnings, you get mist tints. So nice. Yeah. And mist tints, when you go to Bunnings, there's always a stand in the corner and they've put the wrong color or someone's ordered and they've left it in the shop. And no, what's bloody salmon color paint or whatever you go, though. It's okay, we'll take that. And it was like $20 for the can instead of 200, whatever. The problem with getting a mist tint can is like, fuck, the tenant put a hole in it. There's enough paint just put on the wall. There's no paint left over. How do we fix it? Or you've got 10 properties. You're sitting there going, oh, I don't know what color to paint it. So in every one of my properties, I use the same color. So it used to be Whisper White, which is like a yellowy white color. And now I use Lexicon Half, right? Yep. Which is today. Yeah. And I get styling tips from people for the motels and stuff because, certain looks and feels, butter, quick little rental. And I'll go in there, if it's up to me, I'll just be like, I'll just paint a wall next to my wife. But the people think we're in a asylum or something, right? Just a white room that's, whatever. But I use the same PowerPoints, right? I use the same tiles. So if you walk into any of my rental properties, any of my motels, they've all got the same floor coverings. They've all got the same everything. So I use floorboard tiles in my properties. I use little shitty pattern tiles, shitty pattern tiles that are black and white tiles from the floor. They're not like a chest floor. They're like little florally things. And 300 by 600 tiles on the wall, gloss white, no smooth edges. And the reason behind that, the white wall tiles will screw you up. There's a different sheet every top, so you should keep a couple of spare for the same batch. For the floor tiles, whatever, I know there's something breaks. It's like, hey, we need those tiles from that location. Go get them, send them over. And if you have paint, let's say you're painting 10 properties, you only have one can of paint in the corner of the garage. It's makes % up. Yeah, they have 10, right? They go, oh shit, which house is this on for? Oh, I don't know where I left it.
Painted it's the wrong color. Oh,
Yeah.
gotta do it again now.
Correct. Understand what trades are worth would be a big thing, and doing sweat equity like what you've done. You know what trades are worth anyway. But then when someone comes in, they say, "Oh, I'll charge it $2,000 to paint." You go, "Okay, $2,000 is good, right?" Someone comes in and says, "Oh, $14,000 to paint." Fuck out of a property cover. You turf from out, right? Exactly. I've seen them all. Yeah. And it's like, oh, this starts. Yeah, cool. We'll get back to you if we need. Right? Yeah. And yeah, just understanding what things cost are important. If you know trades, like ask them. Don't go for the trade with the nice sign writing on their car, the nice suit, and a clipboard with a quote.
You'll see it in the quote when when you get it from them.
They got those cars from a lot of tradies. Like you get your bathroom, and you call it one of those bathroom renovation mobs. You won't see the bathroom company come in and do the tiles and strip out of that. 9 times out of 10, you'll see a couple of lackeys come in and they'll strip out. Then you see another crew come through and they might put plastering up. Then the next crew is and the tilers. The tiler knows how to gyprock or lay sheeting for the blue board beyond the thing. So if you can find a good tiler, generally they'll have other mates, right? And I just did some painting in the motel in the Blue Mountains, and I had some gyprockers that were fucked, right? They were like, drinking and different trades like renderers and stuff. And I was like, I just feel the trades that can go. But these guys are putting the wrong gyprock on the walls, and like it's commercial property and needing specifics so it complies, like for regulation for sound as well. And I need a new plasterer. How do I ask someone for a plaster without sounding like a novice or whatever? As I said to the painter, I said, hey, I like to make sure everyone works together in harmony. Who would be the best plasterer that you know? It's gyprock that I could get work in line with you, and if that lasts. Exactly. I didn't go, hey, I'll fuck with that of a plasterer today. I want someone that's cheap, affordable. I didn't use him by the hand. I got someone else for a made for my build up. But it's just how do you ask the question? And I think a lot of people ask rookie questions. I had in the Blue Mountains when someone came broke it. They all copper pipes, copper sewer lines and everything. And some fucking junkie came in and cut them all. It cost me about $100,000 worth of damage. Yeah, I was getting quotes. Oh yeah, that'll cost you, $150,000, right? And I listened to some of the things that they were saying. Oh fuck, it's a bit of pipe, right? Let's just find a way to connect it on. And he said about the stacks, right? The stacks from under the shower. So where the stack is where you've got the floor waste from the toilet and the floor waste from the shower, all the S-traps, and they all go into the one part. When you look in a car park or whatever, and you see all those pipes come out, you see like 5 floor waste go into one. That's the stack. I got these words, and I was like, okay, cool, it's a stack, right? So I'm fucking go up to side. I've got a hard jacket, high-vis jacket. I'll wear it in winter because it's just comfy. And whenever I'm around trades, I don't go into the Reno with like a cool car of mine, like sports car.
So I know to take advantage of it.
I go with like a smashed up Great Walls, right? Put the high-vis on. And if I tell whoops, there's holes in it because it's like 15-year-old high-vis, but there's no damage on it. It's like it's an office job type jacket. It's just cool, right? And rock up how I speak. It's like, oh yeah, cool. We need to get 14 stacks here at this level. And I'm starting to talk the linkers. And they go, okay, I can't fuck this guy. I'm like, there's what day rate, whatever. I've got all of it done in that basement for $3,000 plus parts. And I didn't know what the fuck I was ordering at all with Bentley stuff. I said, I don't want to fuck it up, mate. Can you just order it, right? I'll pay you. Tell me what is it? Oh, $3,000, brother. You just need it. Okay, cool. Here's money I paid for the place. $3,000 plus $3,000, $6,000, right? I've spent 100 fucking around. I spent $150K replacing all these stacks at the bottom of another house rather than and buy. Correct, right? And it's how do you going through it's an uplifts game to find those right trades. So there's a couple of lines at the moment. Painting, how to paint, even down to the color of the paint, Lexicon. I like Lexicon because I can paint the ceiling, the walls,
all with the same. So I go through with the spray gun all over, which is what we've done as well. So it makes it so much quicker, just trying to find efficiency, I think, as well, in the way that you go through and do things. So like not doing tiling and then going through and paint. Do your painting first, then do the tiling after, so you're not cleaning the paint off on your hands and knees. So
Exactly.
little things like that, I think trying to be efficient really saves that time.
Yeah. I see people like try and cut in paint. There's a thing like you get a spray paint gun, which is the big ones where you drop it in the bucket. But you get this little pot. It's like a little pot one. It's called a beaver. They call them beaver back in the day. Like 10 years older than me, people call them a beaver. It's like a coffee mug. It's like a little coffee mug. It's a coffee brewer, yeah. And you just go in the corners, and you're not cutting it all in. And then you just need to roll the walls. And by the time you paint it with Lexicon half, the shadow, because you've got the Nightingale Cove corners, it gives the shadow. So it actually looks like a different color on the wall than it does the ceiling, because of where the light reflects off the color of the light. So this little tricks on the light and tricks. Yeah. Any other questions that you have for me?
No, that's probably about it. I was going to say, if you're not too sure on something as well, there's always YouTube. That's got a world of knowledge on there. Always videos now on how to even paint or put in a sink. So definitely a handy little tool.
I built a dwelling recently, just a random dwelling that I built, and I wanted to make sure that all the footings were right, and I wanted to make sure that there was a basement in this dwelling. It's just a complete mad dwelling that I built. Just some mates, I said, hey, this is it. And I wanted to be like, cool. And in that dwelling, I wanted to make sure there's no water leak, because when you go into a basement of a car park, you see a bit of corrosion or whatever. And the materials, right? I learned how to install this thing called nipple board, right? It's an American thing. And it's like it looks like an egg carton that you put on the back of the wall. So I was waterproofed with black rubber waterproofing. So bitumen. It's like a rubber. So it's called liquid rubber, and that's cool. And then put the nipple board on the back of it. And it's really hard to buy in Australia. It's like something that you use all the time in America. But I was like, that looks fucking mad, and stops the water from leaking out, because like egg carton looking at the water hits it and it runs
down.
Yeah. And doesn't sit on the wall. So that, yes. Learn it all on YouTube. And I said, hey guys, here's the fucking materials. I'll set it aside, like start, sawing. So, yeah. Cool. Couple of questions just for future and lessons learned. Is there a most important tip? Like, if you look back, is there one thing that you thought's most important moving forward? And I guess without going too personal, like you've shared a lot with the viewers and listeners today with just your position, what you're doing. What's the plans moving forward? Like we've got 2025 ahead of us. You're pulling out equity, all that sort of stuff, doing business. Where you see yourself 5 years?
I want to be close again to the point where we don't have to work anymore. And that's probably one of our biggest ones. So, all this hard work now, putting in long days, etc. Risking a bit now to then be able to set up our future later on. So, actually, wherever it is that we're working for, or whatever it is, we can say, okay, see you later. I want to go do what I want to do. I want to go on a holiday when I want to go on a holiday. So,
cool. If you guys want to help on building out the portfolio, you know where to find us, 1300 367 925, admin at B.Invested.au. Make sure, if you like these videos, to smash up the like, share them with your friends and family, subscribe, YouTube, Google Play, Apple Play, and Spotify, out every Thursday. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Like Bilal said, man, we stuck in the matrix. This my advice, don't care if you take it.